What is up, everybody? Welcome to what would usually be a spring practice report video, but for today's show, I am going to give you guys kind of a recap of the Dallas Regional Elite 11, which I was at yesterday. You can probably see by my face, my arms are still pretty burnt up as well, as I spent close to 5, almost 6 hours outside watching this incredible competition. It was a ton of fun. I had so much fun. I'm so many things I learned too that I'm excited to hopefully be able to be invited back next year, get credentialed to go back next year to do that. But we are going to recap kind of the players that I thought stood out and just kind of the competition overall. We will definitely get back to spring practice reports tomorrow. So if that is what you guys are looking for and you don't want to hear anything about the Elite 11, I will catch you guys tomorrow. All right. So if you guys were in my Discord, in our Discord at Campus to Canton, you saw me talking about Austin Novosad from the minute I got there. He was extremely impressive. In my opinion, he was by far the best player throughout that entire competition. I mean, when I got there, you've got to check in. And again, I'd never been there before, so I'll be honest, I was nervous. I wasn't really sure what I needed to do. I was trying to kind of see what everybody did, because a lot of the stuff they tell you is, hey, like, do not get in the way of a lot of the drills and all this other stuff. And they said there's like specific areas that the media can stand, so I didn't know. I thought, there were certain areas we had to stand. We were able to we pretty much had access to everything, which was really cool. And it started out with drills that were going on all over the field. They had multiple different places, or multiple different teams going as like 4 to 6 groups, if I'm remembering correctly. And they just had them all over Trinity High School field doing all different kinds of drills. Here is one of Austin Novosad in a short area drill right here.
Right-handers here. A lot of it is. Had it gone the opposite direction, I think he would have.
So, I mean, you've got that right there. We'll go full screen and do it one more time here. Again, this is one of the short area ones where there's just like they call hut and they split this time. Like, there's all these guys you see. That's kind of like the main group here, where Austin Novosad, the guy who just threw there, that they split them up, they move them all around, they rotate them through different stuff, and so you kind of can just move all around the field and take videos, pictures, all that stuff. Now, I just had my iPhone. It was very interesting seeing the Sports Illustrated, Rivals, 24/7 Sports, On 3. Those guys were all there. They show up with their professional cameras, video equipment. Then there's little old Matty B with an iPhone. So definitely, again, things that I now know that I can kind of take into next year. But it was awesome. I again, so started off with him. When I first got there, they were doing these other drills that were just kind of off on the side, and I've got a video file of another quarterback here that I really liked, and that was Mason Welch, who I thought looked really good as well. This was kind of like the first set of drills. This is a really short video here, so I'm just going to throw it up. Just like the quick little drop back, and they throw it there to the wide receiver, and that's where I started watching the quarterbacks. And I kind of stuck around in that area for a little while, watching them do the short area passes before moving on to the other side of the field where they had some deep passing drills. That was a very interesting drill as well. It was fun to watch those guys do this. One of the guys who I'm about to show you guys a video of right now, Austin Gonzalez, who, let me pull my notes up really quick here on him. So Austin Gonzalez, 5'11", 175 out of Lovejoy High School. He is in the 2023 class. He doesn't look 5'11 now. Again, I didn't get as up close to him as I did some of the other guys. I'm like 5'9 at best, and he looked a little bit bigger than me. So maybe he was 5'11, but just for him to generate, that was a great pass. He was one of the guys who really impressed me in this deep ball drill where, just easy, I think nice and easy throw right there to his wide receiver. I thought he did a great job in the deep passing drill. That's really the one that caught my eye. And so, I can't show you guys, but they give us rosters. There was, I believe, 96 players listed on there. And so, what I did, because I did not go into this looking at any of these classes, they had 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, and they even had 2027 kids out there. I didn't look at any of these players because I wanted to go in completely no idea who these kids were and just kind of go off who impressed me while I was there. And again, Austin from step one in that very first drill that I showed you of Mason Welch doing, it was just like, okay, like this kid's got some serious pop in his throws, really good mechanics. I'm going to try and see if I can find the other one of him where I think this is the sideline throw here. Maybe this is
A
the
lot
same
of
one.
it is, had it gone the
No, it's
opposite direction, I
different one.
think
Like, I mean, you can see right there, like he's just very smooth, really good passer. And I mean, just in every single drill was really, really impressive. They moved him again all around. So I was trying to catch as many different groups as I could. I didn't want to focus in on that group. I would say that was probably group one and the one that Austin Novosad was in, which also Jackson Arnold, who is the high profile name there. I think a lot of people were talking about him. You know, I had a chance to talk to the 24/7 sports guy, Texas Ags, and Rivals a little bit here and there. And those guys were like, that's the guy they were talking about. And they were following that group the entire time. They would rotate him again all over the field. I didn't follow them. I kind of really wanted to pay attention to everybody if I could. I just kind of wanted to get eyes on everybody. So, like, I did just drop an article on campus2canton.com last night about my experience, and I was very honest about some of the players. Like, you know, Kevin Sperry, 6'1", 190 in the 2025 class, looked really good. I didn't get to see all of his drills though, but in the stuff that I looked, he looked really good. Jake Strong was another guy. He performed really well, and they had like combine testing stuff. He was also really good. 6'2", 200 pounds out of Northwest High School. I thought he looked incredible in the deep passing, showed fairly decent mobility in the mobility drill, which I'll show you guys here in a second. But I didn't get to see any of his short and intermediate stuff because I was continually moving around the field, just trying to watch different groups at different times and catching them through all the different practices. It's something that, you know, I'm hoping in the future maybe we can have or figure out a way to get more than one person there. Now, I did have my wife there with me, but we were both kind of working together, going through stuff. She was helping me take notes as I was trying to record videos. One of the things I wish I did was record more videos because I kind of didn't really start recording stuff till about midway through the thing. So I was like, oh, maybe I should take some videos to show everybody. Here, I think, is the mobility one. So they literally have to just keep moving around in there. There's a quarterback standing in front, kind of telling them which way to move. And then, here, I'll be quiet for a second so you can listen. When you hear that coach go, oh, that's them. They have to bail out of the pocket. That was by far my favorite drill to watch, and that did not happen until the end of the camp. And that was really, I was sitting right there on the sideline, and I was watching every group come through there at that point because I was like, I want to see every group come through the mobility drill, and who impressed me the most through that. That coach was also awesome. He was really into helping those players out. They had literal middle school kids there as well. When I say 2027 prospects, there were 2027 kids there. He was helping them. He did all kinds of stuff, just like pretending to be a defensive end, trying to grab at the quarterback, smack the ball away. Like, that was a really intriguing drill about pocket presence, mobility. Again, Novosad was extremely impressive in that. Now, I do have one of Jackson as well. I think it's this one right here that I'm going to pull up. He did fall in one of them. I think it's this one where he kind of trips as he's turning. So, but still ends up, you know, they did have him moving to the sideline like this. Still really good throw. I thought, in my opinion, Austin looked better in that drill, but Jackson did come back with a couple more reps and looked pretty good. But Austin Novosad was the kid who just, like I said, completely blew me away from the minute I was there with the very first drills where they were just throwing like short out routes and sideline throws. Like, he looked different passing the ball. It's like, okay, like this kid is really interesting. Again, I didn't know anything about him, so like I just had my paper. He had 311 on his jersey. All right, let's mark 311 for this drill right here, and let's keep moving. And we kept doing that. And so there was a lot of players that I did mark throughout different drills that I'm going to go over here. Again, we're not allowed to show the roster, so I'm not going to show that. But there was a lot of different guys. Trey Owens out of Styfair, Texas in the 2024 class, another guy in the short area, was really impressive to me. I already mentioned Kevin Sperry and Jake Strong, and then Mason Welch. Mason Welch really struggled, or at least in my opinion, in the short and intermediate era. He is a 2023 guy. He was from Louisiana. They actually had a lot of out-of-state guys here, which was very interesting. From Northwood, LA, again, in the 2023 class. Big Big kid as well. And I can't find the video. Maybe my wife has it. I mean, he's a grown man. He looks like he's 30 something years old. He is massive. Still did pretty good in the mobility drill, though. Not quite as, athletic looking as Austin's Novosad, Michael Hawkins, who we'll get to in a minute, or Jackson Arnold, but still looked good. He had a really good arm, but he did definitely struggled in those first early drills, which was like short out route throws that I saw. Caden Anderson out of South Lake Carroll in the 2023 class, really impressive in the deep passing and out routes, corner routes. Jackson Arnold, same thing. He was kind of a guy who was impressing me everywhere. He's got like 6 dots next to him. So he was being really impressive. I'm going to save Bo for a minute. Jack Emerson out of Oak Ridge, Conroe, Texas in the 2025 class. Corner routes, sideline throws, deep passing was really impressive to me. Austin Gonzalez, multiple hits for me here, especially on the long. He was the one that I showed the video of the long that was really good as well. Marcos Davila had 5 dots for me as well. Out of Denton Ryan. He is in the 2024 class. He actually won the accuracy challenge for the 2024 class with 21 points. You could see it. I didn't get any video of him. I didn't catch him toward the end of the practice, unfortunately, so I didn't see some of his really like quick go routes and quick out 5 outs to the sideline throws. But everything else that I saw, like, he was on the money on everything. He was 1 point behind Austin Novosad, who had the highest at the camp with 22 points, that won the accuracy challenge overall and was for the 2023 class. Jack, and I'm probably going to say his name wrong, Hewer Camp out of Vandergrift, Texas in the 2025 class as well. That was really impressive to me and everything. And Graham Knowles out of South Lake Carroll in the 24 class, really good deep passing, corner routes, kind of like in the intermediate area. Did not see a lot of his short passing. And then Bo Edmondson, Lake Travis, 23 class. In the first couple drills, like I said, it was really quick. It was just kind of like quick, short throws, out routes, quick like hitch and goes to the wide receivers. He looked really good. Unfortunately, and I don't know what happened, but he suffered some kind of injury. My wife and I were actually standing right by the medical tent at that time. He came limping over. Couldn't tell if it was like an ankle or a calf, but he never came back. Really sucked because I thought he looked really good early on. He's a kid that I would have loved to see more out of. He's someone I'm definitely going to dive into. Lake Travis has done a really good job of developing quarterbacks, and he did look good in those short and intermediate throws there. But it was a really great experience. I'm so thankful to Brian Stump and the entire Elite 11 crew for allowing us, for Campus to Canton, to come out there. I got to meet some very incredible people. I've got my XFL shirt, wrong arm, XFL shirt on. Legend Cavazos, the defensive back going to the Ohio State University. His father was there as a scout for the XFL. I got to meet him and talk to him for a couple minutes. There was a lot of interesting talk there. And so for those of you who are subscribers to us at campustocanton.com, there were some very interesting nuggets dropped about Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning, Cade Klubnik, DJ Ugalele, or Uungalele. I'm sorry, DJU. I feel bad because I'm really bad at pronouncing names. And I'm going to drop that here on the second half of the video, but that is going to be for subscribers only, because those guys, they got to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, more stuff than what I just showed here. We were talking in the Discord all day while I was there yesterday, just kind of talking to them. I was, like I said, at 11:30 in the morning, I was already sending them messages, hey, this Austin Novosad kid is good. And he ended up winning the accuracy challenge, got an invite. I cannot wait to see what he does in the finals. I'm rooting for him. He was really, really impressive to me. But if you're a subscriber to the site, you guys will get to see the second half of this video that I am going to save for them. Again, guys, definitely check it out. Elite 11 Dallas Regional was so much fun. Continue to pay attention to the Campus to Canton channel. We will be at 5 of the remaining 6 Elite 11 regionals here, with different guys covering different ones, and we'll be giving you guys all kinds of nuggets throughout that stuff. And I'm going to do my best to be at the finals as well, if possible, to kind of cover that. So stay tuned for all of that, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday with some spring practice stuff. And if you are a subscriber, stay tuned, because now we're going to get into the good stuff.